Welcome, beloveds, to your first episode of Around the World with Tonya. One of the first stories that I want to share with you that really just supports me in healing and how it really can support you in your healing is how I started. Most people don't know that my background was in education. I was a school librarian before I jumped into and took the leap into being a spiritual entrepreneur. Something within me was urging me and pushing me to do something different, and I had no idea what it was. It wasn't until I started going to a spiritual church in Chicago that I understood what that was, combined with yoga that had really started to change my life. And then the book Eat, Pray, Love came out. And when I read that, I knew then that I had a path that was going to be different than anyone else. And when I quit my job, I lost parts of myself as well as relationships because people thought that I didn't know what I was doing. Here I was, a single mom leaving a stable job to explore a world that was not safe for a woman of color, and I chose still to do it my way. And so welcome to my adventurous stories of how I created as an innovator a path of not only spiritual entrepreneurship, but healing as well as professionalism in the spiritual community as a psychic medium and so much more. And so my journey begins. I remember one of the most important things I remember is every Thursday when I would be preparing for my tarot readings. I never knew who would come in. And this was way before Wi-Fi and internet, you guys. So I would make posters every week and I would print them out. I remember we had AOL, and I remember making these posters and having them blown up and making, I'll be there, tarot reader, from 6 to 8. And there would be so many weeks where I would sit there those 2 hours and read, oh no, we did have Wi-Fi then, I'm sorry. So it was about 10 years ago. So there wasn't social media, that's what I should say. There wasn't social media. So it was mostly just, there was, I think Facebook had just started, but it was Craigslist. And so it really was just about checking emails and checking voicemails. And so there was no social media. And so I remember just putting ads out in Craigslist and just saying, I got to keep doing this. I'm supporting me and my daughter. I had become a certified yoga teacher by that time and was teaching up to 15 different classes. I was teaching yoga to high school students in Chicago and the inner city schools, as well as teaching out in the suburbs, and so at a Bally's, fitness club. And so I was really just creating something. I had no idea what I was doing, but something kept urging me. And it's these stories of the something that kept urging me that I want to share with you some of my greatest adventures, including how I was then doing tarot readings at an entrepreneur event with millionaire entrepreneurs, teaching them how to read tarot, as well as having a party hosted for me at a private residence in the Hamptons. There's so many amazing stories that I want to share with you that come from using this little deck. And so let's see. The biggest lesson that I learned, the Six of Swords. So the story of my time at the coffee shop, the Six of Swords taught me to stay on, to not give up no matter what was coming my way, because I was an innovator. I was creating new things. And when Blog Talk Radio came out, I had a radio show for over 5 years, international radio show. I would do it while I was even filming. And so I just kept building and kept building and kept building. And so now here I am with my 11-year almost 12-year anniversary coming up of being in spiritual business or spiritual entrepreneurship as a professional psychic medium and tarot reader. And so I can't wait to continue to share my adventures with you, insights, as well as tarot influence and how it can support your life. I send you so much love and light, and beloveds, and until next time, remember the tarot speaks the truth as you go around the world with Tonya.